back in the shop, and inside this bag is our bowl that we've been working on. And we had a little bit of a panic moment a few days ago. I got the bowl out, and I had some significant cracking that occurred in it. So I had to do a lot of hewing away of a lot of material. And it's been drying ever since in my bedroom closet, so hopefully we're in good shape. This is the first time I've looked at it since I've had it drying, since we've removed the material. What I do is I put of course, just a regular brown bag. I like to wrap it about 2 layers of plastic bag, and that really slows down the drying. If these things dry too fast, that's when they start to crack on you. Let's see how we're doing now. Well, that's where we're at. We've not experienced any more cracking, and it's a lot drier than it was. The crack was right here around the sides at the rim of the bowl, and I had to remove a lot of material in order to keep it from cracking anymore. The more material you can remove when you start doing your hewing away on your bowls, the less chances you have of the cracking. And I didn't grab my camera and video that, and I was kind of in a hurry to get it done because I didn't want that cracking to get worse, and I wasn't really expecting it to happen, but it did happen, and we've corrected it and we're okay to move on. Now, on the back of the bowl here, of course, I've flattened the bottom with my adze the best that I can. I also, while I was moving the material, put a small little hollow right here, and that acts as a handle, kinda. You can make these any way you want to. I like these little circles. I use a little gouge to mate this, and it makes for a nice handle whenever you pick it up. You're not really grabbing a solid piece over here, a little indention, a place for your fingers to go. And I like these little cut marks that are left by the gouge. But today we're going to finish up this bowl and do the final shaping of it and the final carving, and it will be ready for finish. A little bit of adze work left to do here. The other day I was using a small hatchet, and not really a name on that hatchet as far as the maker of it. It was just restored by Knit Threan, and does a good job. But this right here is my finish adze, is like I like to call it here. It's a small Grand Force Brooks hatchet. It's really light, has a nice beard. That's really good for carving. It's really light in the hand, so it doesn't really fatigue you, and does a great job. You can really control your cuts when you have a good sharp edge on here. And this sheath that's on it is not the one that comes with it. They come with a sheath, but this one right here is made by Ben Orford over in Europe. And I believe he's in Europe. But Ben Orford, he makes, I got some of his knives and some of his spoon, what do you call it? Hook knives, the spoon knives for carving spoons. And he does some leather work, him and his wife do, and these sheaths are great for your axes. He does a great job. That's some good quality right there. This one I was talking about a minute ago. This is a hook knife for spoon carving. This is one Ben Orford makes. And, all this is really a knife. It's really just been bent. It's good for hollowing out. You can use them on these bowls also. And this is a Tuta-cam, if I'm saying that right. It's made by a blacksmith. His name is Nick Westerman. He's over in Europe also, and I just got this a while back. I've not even put a handle on it yet. But this is a larger version of that and works really good for bowls. I'm looking forward to using these on bowls for hollowing them out for the finished cuts. But I talked about spoon knives earlier when I talked about that. This is what I was referring to, just a knife with a hook on it. Well, I'm pretty happy with the outside of the bowl and the shape I got. I will do some finished cuts with the Spokeshave. The very last process of this. What I'm going to do now is work on the bowl and do some finishing on it, get some finished cuts and try to make it as smooth as I can and avoid tear out. This is a gouge, but it's a sweeping gouge. It's not a straight gouge, it has a sweep in it, which enables you to get into those corners and really the concaveness of it and stay with the shape of the bowl and make a good cut. This is a Swiss made 1x5, if I'm saying that right. Only hand pressure when you use these. Don't use a mallet. I mean, you can use a mallet. I've seen guys use mallets, but I think I've seen a lot of the famous bowl makers use mallets. But something this small, really a mallet, is not necessary, I don't think. Especially when you have a really sharp tool like this, it's going to, you're going to get your cuts without having to have a mallet to give you an extra edge on driving it in. Well, this is another tool I got from Nick Westerman. This is he calls this the swan gouge, and I ain't put a handle on it yet either. But this is my first time using it. But I was actually able to clean up this tear out in the middle with this swan gouge here. It's super sharp. And by going right down here where I was having the tear out with this gouge right here, the sweep. This swan neck gouge right here is really eliminating that problem. It's doing a great job at cutting it here. I think I'll put handles on both of these tools I got from Westerman before I do my next bowl. I was reading a blog by Peter Follansbee a few months ago. He's a really good green woodworker. I'll put a link to his blog down the description. He does some great work. He does a lot of good books and good videos as well on woodworking. And saw him using these. That's where I got the idea and heard about them, was through him. Got to put a handle on this. It worked even better, but it cleaned every bit of that tear out I had right there in the middle of the bowl. without a doubt, this is one of my favorite tools, this Spokeshave. I think Brian designed 3 different ones for Lee Nielsen. I think there's a flat, which means the sole is flat. There's one that's concave, which is what I'm using right here on these bowls. This is my favorite one. And there's one that, convex. And that's, if I got that right, I may be mixed up here. He's got a flat one that's concave, and the convex one. And this is the one right here that's convex, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, these are great tools. They're not really that expensive. You can get them from Lee Nielsen for, I'm not sure on the price, maybe $140, $150, $60. You can get them on eBay, probably cheaper than that. And it's made of brass, which is something that's really good about it because you ain't got to worry about it rusting. On a hand plane, you got that all that exposed metal, and you got to keep oil on it. You got to always, or put Renaissance wax on it. You always got to worry about the rust starting on it, especially in the summertime. And these right here, the blade or the iron is the only thing you got to really worry about rusting. I'm going to finish this thing up and let it dry probably one more night, let it dry tonight, and I'll do a follow-up video tomorrow, and we'll put some walnut oil and see what it looks like when it's finished and go from there. This is entirely too much content to put in one video. Most people's probably already closed the window by now, but if you like this stuff, hit that like button, and if you don't like it, you probably shouldn't be watching it right now anyways. You probably already turned the channel. So anyways, I'm going to keep at it, get this thing ready for finish, and tomorrow we'll put the walnut oil on it and see how we did. I've also got that box of wooden hand planes that I got from Bob Gary up north, and we'll do a little unboxing tomorrow also and see what kind of hand planes he sent down to me. I kind of remember what I bought from him, but it's been a few months ago since I got them, so we'll get those out as well. So appreciate you watching, and like, and if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, and share this video around. And it's finally getting a little bit warmer outside. We can get that wood miser going here pretty soon and get some sawmilling and get a lot of fun outdoor projects going on this year.